Hey guys, MC Junior here, Bruce Edmonds Jr. This is my physiotherapist, Vicky Cook Physio. Now, anyone who's on the NDIS, my aged care, or who has problems with, like myself, I had a stroke. Who else do you look after, Vicky?
Stroke, brain injury, MS, Parkinson's, spinal cord injury, cerebral palsy, any injury or illness to do with the brain, spinal cord, nervous system.
You're a neuro physio.
That's right.
For more than how many years?
Nearly 20 years.
20 years is a long time, Vicky.
A long time, yep.
But in the last 11 months that we've been working together, how do you think I've been going?
You've done amazing. You've made excellent strides in not only your walking, but how you use your arm. And I think that you're a credit to what the NDIS is supposed to be. And you've put in the hard yards and you've had a great team behind you.
That's great. That's yourself, Vicky Cook. I had Bupa Therapy when it was open. I had Kathy Inglis, my occupational therapist. But Vicky, I'm going to put the camera down onto my hand. What exactly are you doing right now?
So you've got a lot of tightness and stiffness in the joints that connect this part of your hand to your fingers. And I'm just trying to mobilize those specific joints because we can do all the strengthening in the world and all the stimulation in the world, but if you've got stiffness in your joints, you're not going to get the range of motion that you have the potential for.
Now, this is your personal business, is that correct?
That's right.
I always say Vicky Cook Physiotherapy, but what do you call it?
Vicky Cook Physio.
And you're based where?
In Fairfield, in Melbourne.
Melbourne, Victoria?
That's right.
And like I said, it's a private practice. We've just started and, we've got a long way to go with the Omni Hi-Fi, which I've been using. The walk aid, which I finally and thankfully got through the NDIS. I walked up the street for the first time today without a stick. And how do you think that went?
That was fantastic to see on a personal level, to see someone start in a centre and then be able to walk in the community, cross the road, get into a cafe with ease without a stick. It's really rewarding and fulfilling to see.
And you've been a big part of that journey for me because we started, in between just rails at one point.
That's right. And to see how you've progressed beyond that in the last 11 months, it's been fantastic to see come a long way.
Can I ask, with the Omni Hi-Fi, how many repetitions of this would I need to do to hopefully get some new neuro pathways to be built back into my brain?
Probably similar to what you've done with your walking. Not just hundreds, thousands, hundreds of thousands of repetitions. The more the better. But no matter how many repetitions you do, there is no plateau. There is no limit. As long as you keep giving your body the experience and the repetitions, you should continue to see improvement indefinitely, at least until age takes over.
And let me I go back for 1 second. You said plateau, and what does that mean? I'll explain it in my words. Sorry to interrupt my interview with you, but in my words, that when I first had my stroke, they said to me, if he doesn't get anything back in 12 months' time, that's it. It's all done. He's never going to move his hand again. But 6 years later, with the help of this device, and especially with the walk aid, I've actually had the opportunity to walk up the street for the first time without a stick. And, it's quite daunting and challenging because when you've had a stroke, my brain reacts in such a way that noise, cars, traffic, just the fact that there's so many different distractions on the road, I had to keep my head up and walk. Have you heard about, when you lose one sense, other senses get heightened?
Yeah, definitely. But also after you've had a stroke, it is difficult to process all the different information that we take for granted. So what you're seeing, what you're hearing, what you're smelling, what you're feeling, being able to process that after you've had a stroke, it's a lot of information to process. So being in those more complicated, complex environments, it's a huge challenge for the nervous system. So again, with experience and exposure and repetition, they're the kinds of things you need to be practicing now that you've achieved some of the more basic skills, like walking inside in a quiet environment. Now you need to be able to transfer some of those skills.
Like walking in a shopping centre, for
exactly,
example.
where there are other people around, there's a giant step you have to negotiate, there's lots of noise, lots of different smells, lots of different things to look at. So being able to focus on where you need to go and what you need to do, ask for what you want, order what you want, pay for what you want, in that context, it's a whole different ball game.
Because like you just said, a lot of people take walking for granted and moving their hand for granted. I did in 2013, and then in 45 seconds an ischemic stroke completely paralyzed me for 4 months, 4 to 5 months. I was in the bed. And to be told by a doctor that I'll never walk again, it broke my spirit and it broke my heart.
Well, luckily you've come a long way since then and you'll continue to improve.
You're probably sick of me videotaping it, but this is Vicky Cook, ladies and gentlemen. Vicky Cook, physio here in Fairfield, Melbourne, Victoria. But if you need a really great neuro physio, come and see Vicky Cook. Hit me up for a message and I'll give you the details.